Hey there, Rockies fans. This is Andrew Martin with PurpleRow.com, and we're talking about Rockies spring training today. The Rockies played their second spring training game that was against an actual other team today, and they beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 6-5. Now, this is awesome for a number of reasons. One, because winning is awesome. Two, because beating the Diamondbacks also is awesome. We need to be sure to be claiming we need to be wearing the belt down at spring training. You know, the big gold belt, and suddenly Henry Blanco comes out of nowhere with a folding chair, and you get the idea. The Rockies need to be the best at Salt River Flats. Anyhow, the Rockies beat the Diamondbacks 6-5, and I mentioned that. Eric Young and Charlie Blackmon both stole a base. Nolan Arenado and Johnny Herrera both hit doubles, and we saw a hit out of Will Rosario as well. The Rockies did a lot of split squad action. Well, they pulled out their starters and put in their bench players, their minor leaguers, their non-roster guys in later on in the game, and they were just a hit parade going all over the park tonight. One of my favorite things to notice, though, in all this offense and all of this play with so many pitchers and so many position players, is that Christian Friedrich, a former number 18 overall, I believe, first-round pick for the Rockies, came out and tossed 2 scoreless innings, allowing 1 hit and striking out 2. Now, Friedrich is kind of an interesting case right now. He's been completely sidelined in Double-A Tulsa right now due to various injuries, and it's been really making him a questionable prospect for the Rockies. Take a look at his numbers when he was in High-A Modesto, when he was in Low-A Asheville. Christian Friedrich was a pretty solid pitcher. He got some pretty monstrous strikeout stuff, decent control, decent home run control, and it's just all fallen apart so far in Tulsa. Now, in talking to Dan O'Dowd at FanFest this year, the question was, what's Christian Friedrich's next step if he wants to be a major league pitcher? Well, O'Dowd said 2 things. Number 1, get healthy. Absolutely key. It's 2 interrupted seasons due to injury to Christian Friedrich. He's been looking better, but it's kind of looking at month-to-month numbers and hoping that shows a trend that he's getting better. The kind of excuses that baseball fans will make when one of their guys is falling apart. But the second thing that O'Dowd said to me, which I thought was very interesting, is the fact that Christian Friedrich needs to focus on baseball first. You hear that a lot, especially with the Rockies nowadays. You don't like to hear it, is what I meant to say. But right now, with the Rockies putting a big emphasis on, do you want to be here? And if you're going to be here, are you going to work hard? Christian Friedrich's work ethic is going to completely decide whether or not he even has a shot at the majors. Once he knows whether or not he has a shot at the majors, then he needs to start performing. So his attitude is not in the right place right now. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that he's a slacker necessarily. They want to see different kinds of energy out of the players, different kinds of work. It's the reason that we saw Ian Stewart be traded to Chicago, the reason we saw Seth Smith traded to Oakland. It's the same reason we saw Iannetta traded to the Los Angeles Angels. Their question marks about the players' work ethic, about their desire to be with the team, and about what priority does baseball take in their lives. I'm hoping for Friedrich's sake that we can actually get a first-rounder since Jeff Francis and Tulowitzki up to the majors and to continue playing in the majors and stick in the majors, maybe even be good in the majors. What a concept, right? Casey Weathers didn't pan out quite so well, if you heard. We have question marks on Tyler Matzik, and the jury's still out on guys like Parker, Tyler Anderson. We'll see what they have to offer. But Friedrich, he's been someone we've been watching for several years now, and I'm really hoping he puts it on course. He can get this train rolling again, because he does have a major league future ahead of him. He just has to want it, and he just has to claim it. That's all for right now, Rockies fans. Again, I'm Andrew Martin with PurpleRow.com, and we'll talk to you next time.